So this Eternal Evolution video is going to be based on some community feedback I got on the Assassin Hunter Valentine's Day mission. So the comment was from Iptkar Mondal, and he basically said, ditch the heroes you're using, chuck in all of your summoners, use Mazrani, you do heaps better. Long story short, you nailed it, 100%. It was a really, really good call. And I went from doing 4 million damage to 6.7. 4 million to 6.7 million damage. A few of the changes I made were obviously I used the recommended heroes, and I also then changed out Hagridon to put in Enlighten, and I swapped over the prototype to the one that gives me a shield from the Horn of Healing. And I'm not too sure if that made too much difference. Basically, the difference is that when Mazrani drops an AoE heal, I get a continuous sort of AoE regen after that. And this one, if they're at full health, it'll just drop a shield, so I can tank a big hit a bit easier. So they're the two changes. One part that I want to showcase as well is this kind of ties into the other comment I got about the Rise of Heroes, and I did try this Rise of Heroes as well, but my team is I just struggle too much on Purgatory. But he basically said put Daniel in the back because he will get the buff, and definitely you're right on that. But one thing I want to show you, because I didn't know this straight away, is that his eagle counts as one of those characters. So Mazrani will buff the rear two characters, and if you have your Daniel by himself, it'll be Daniel and the eagle that gets the shield and the buff. But if you chuck Senway in the back, it'll actually only buff Senway and Daniel's eagle. And the problem with that is that it means that Daniel's eagle has a bit more attack than Daniel himself. So the eagle's going to do a ton of damage. But Daniel's boar and Daniel's dog that comes out, they both scale off his attack, and he's then missing like that 50% attack buff. So I'll just show you that the shield doesn't pop up around Daniel. So you see he's got no shield, but the eagle does. So yeah, if that wasn't obvious to you before, decide on whether you want Daniel to have Daniel's eagle to have the buff, or if you want two other characters to have the buff. So this is viable, having Daniel in the back row by himself, because Daniel and the eagle will get the buff. But this, in my opinion, is never viable, because it'll be Senway and Daniel's eagle that gets the buff. So just to know that. But anyway, let's go on and we'll showcase how much damage this can do. With this summoner that I have, it actually buffs Senway and gives my frontline characters damage reduction. So the reason I buffed Senway instead of Daniel is Daniel's attack does do really good in this, but it's hard to actually land on the bad guys because they move around so much, and where the timer comes up isn't always where the bosses will actually show up from. So you kind of need to guess where they're going to come from. So we'll have a look at that in a second. So the next timer is up the top here. And where are they? So I think the one in the middle is always right, because that's where Bailey appears from. But so this one up here where there's this timer 2, 1, they've popped up from the sides. So yeah, you can't, in the previous battle mode, you could actually tell that where the timer was is where the bad guys were going to show up from, but it's not the case for this one. There probably is there definitely is a sort of continuous pattern as to how they show up. So like Bailey's in the middle, and then they pop from the top, and then they pop from the sides. But it's really hard to do in ×2 speed as well. But yeah, the main problem I have with this is that once I start getting down here, my health starts, the damage they do starts getting quite powerful, and I end up losing Kalaza quite quick. So I'm actually trying to focus on keeping Kalaza alive, and it happens so quickly that I don't even see it coming. So I'm just, at the moment, I'm just staring at Kalaza's health, waiting for it to drop. So the timer's on the side here, but I'm pretty sure this is where they drop in from. So the timer's at the top. I'm pretty sure they drop from the sides here. Right, so Kalaza's health took a hit then. This is roughly where I start to lose Kalaza. And I think I can get quite a bit more damage out of him if I keep him alive for the last 10 seconds. See, this is Bailey at the moment, and I have no idea where he's about to jump to. Pray it's like here. And it's over there. All right, so almost the same amount of damage. I actually managed to keep Kalaza alive, but you can see, yeah, I had a run where I got an extra 140,000 pretty much. So again, thanks so much for the tip. That was really good. And as always, like I love getting back to the community feedback, so appreciate it. So best of luck with it. I hope you guys are scoring well. We'll have a look at my ranking. I think 13 is where I was at yesterday. So some other people must have actually gone in and had a freakishly good run as well. But yeah, hopefully we keep climbing up the ladder. It'd be awesome to get into the for the daily one. Yeah, top 10 would be nice. But if you're not in the top 10, I don't care too much about any of this. So you don't lose limited tickets until you're below 200. So yeah, pretty much all I'm going for is the limited tickets in this. And realistically, I should be able to get top 20 for total. I should be on 13 as well. Yep. I mean, I really want to be in 10. So we're going to have to do a bit of work to get there. And yeah, we'll see how we go. But anyway, thanks again. Peace. Bye.